follow along with me. It'll be about a 20-minute practice. So here we go. Let's start in child's pose. Start by reaching your arms really far forward. Feel that length in the sides of your rib cage while still gently pressing your hips back towards your heels. Relax your forehead down onto the mat. And then just take about 5 big breaths, just seeing what you can relax through your entire body. Notice any distracting thoughts that might be crossing your mind. Relaxing your jaw. Just preparing yourself to move around a little bit. And when you're ready, just rock your weight forward onto your belly. So we'll start in the Sphinx pose position. So wiggling your fingers and your toes a little bit. Find a little bit of extension in the upper back as you lift your chest. Find a little drag and pull, like you're trying to use the muscles between your shoulder blades to draw your shoulders back. You feel a lot of engagement right in the middle of your upper back. And we're going to leave knees down for this next movement. So with a big inhale, exhale, lift your hips off the floor. Now notice I'm still pulling as I exhale. It's almost like I'm trying to drag my knees towards my elbows. Let's do 2 more. The last one we're going to hold at the top. Now keep breathing, keep pulling. And tuck your toes under, and if you can, lift your knees off the floor. If you can't quite do that, just leave your knees down on the ground. Continue to pull. Now from here, we're going to leave this little bit of engagement in our midsection. Just rock your heels over to the left. Come up onto your right fingertips. Just find the side plank. So again, see if you can find that motion of dragging your elbow back towards where your ankles are. So notice I'm kind of using my right hand as like a kickstand. Maybe bring your right hand up towards the ceiling, but it really helps here getting a little bit of traction on the mat. One more big inhale here. Now with your exhale, we're just going to switch sides. So rocking your heels over to the right, finding that little pull. So I'm really using both hands here to pull back. Pull a little bit harder, see if you can make it shake. And then both elbows back down to the ground. So from here, just walk your knees up towards your armpits. So knees are still hovering off the floor. See if you can find a little bit more of that pulling motion, just slightly. It's really hard here. You're going to find more of a push. See if you can counter that and pull back with your elbows. Inhale one more time. Then with your exhale, just lift your hips up in the air. Press your chest back. So we just started. So this first dolphin pose is going to be pretty tough. Just work on drawing your chest back. Push away through your elbows and your palms. Draw your chest back towards your thighs. Notice my knees are still bent. My heels are up. Try to relax the muscles in your face. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, just set your knees back down on the ground. Coming up onto hands, coming up onto knees, kneeling. So toes are tucked under. Rolling your shoulders back, lift your chest up. If this is not accessible to you, just put your hands down on the floor on either side of your knees. Do try to find a little lift to your chest though. So rather than slumping down like this, try to keep that extension just like when you were in that Sphinx pose a few minutes ago. So I'm still finding that pull back. It's almost like I'm trying to squeeze something between my arm and my rib cage and finding that lift. Now if you're up here, just drawing your shoulders back, chest high. So we're going to stay here for about 3 more breaths. The bottoms of your feet are on fire. That means you need to put your hands on the floor. Shoulders back, chest high. Now let's take this just one step further. So walking your right fingertips out to the right. So if you're down here, it's going to look a little bit more like this, and then crawling back. If you're all the way up, fingertips to the floor. And then just take your left hand to the back of your head. And just find a little side bend here. We won't be here long. This is a lot to ask of your toes, especially on your right foot. Open your chest a little bit wider. It's like you're drawing an arc in the air with your left elbow. Just take this nice side bend. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, bring it all the way back up, and then just switch sides. Left hand to the floor, right hand at the back of your head. Just bending. See if you notice any difference from side to side. The outside of your rib cage, your lats. Gently press your head back into your hand. Inhale, maybe sink in a little bit deeper. And with your exhale, all the way back up. Inhale, both hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, both hands down to the floor. Finally untucking your toes, give them a little wiggle. Feet up and down, just like that. When you're ready, step your feet back to a plank position. So just getting the upper body warm. So you don't want your hips sagging down, you don't want to dip it down like this. Find some integrity. So if you're a bridge, you wouldn't want to walk over a bridge that's sagging down like that. So push the floor away. Again, just wrapping your armpits in towards the sides of your body. Press through the point of your finger knuckle especially. Now just lift your right foot off the floor. So this is just a 20-minute practice, so we're really working with the strength stuff as best we can. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, pull your right knee in towards your right elbow. 3 times, arms remain straight. Just sink your knee down, and then exhale, pull back up. Inhale, dip it down. Exhale, pull it up. Once more. Step it all the way back. Downward facing dog. So notice the position of my elbows. I've got pretty extreme valgus in my arms, so that means kind of like a hyperextension of the elbows that just happens naturally. So I'm wrapping in, but I'm walking my hands out a little bit wider, and I'm turning my hands out just slightly. This allows me to put a little bit more weight in my thumb, find a little bit more rotation, and take some of the pressure off of my elbow joints. So pressing my hips up and back, pressing my chest back towards my toes. Relax your neck. Let your head hang. Inhale one more time. And with your exhale, just rock your way back to your plank position. So again, drawing up and in with your low belly. See the same thing on the other side. So left leg lifts. Inhale one more time. And with your exhale, pull your knee towards your elbow. 3 times, like a little elevator. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Step both feet back. Just briefly pressing back in your downward dog. Inhale, slope your hips up as best you can early in this practice. And with your exhale, step both feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale down. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time, long spine. And with your exhale, both hands sweeping up towards the ceiling and reach high. Inhale, get a little bit longer. Exhale, a little back bend here. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, back bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Once again, side bending, right hand down, left hand up and across. So instead of kind of collapsing down like this, see if you can straighten both legs. Lean into your left foot a little bit more, reach a little bit longer through the whole left side of your body. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, just switch sides. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drop over. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Again, relax your jaw, rotate your rib cage towards the ceiling rather than down towards the floor. Get a little bit longer through your right arm. Inhale, both hands up. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms inside out. Tilt your rib cage down. So instead of arching your back to try and get more mobility in your shoulders, keep your back flat, maybe even a little bit rounded, and just draw your hands back until you feel a nice stretch. more time. Now with your exhale, hands into a prayer position. Just slowly bring them all the way back down to the floor. Shake your shoulders out a little bit, make it nice and loose, relax your neck. A little bend in the knees is good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step your feet back, plank position. Again, wider hands. If you have elbows like me, lean forward, lower down slowly. Knees down is always an option. Inhale, chest lifts. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. So, as I lift my chest up, again, I'm finding that engagement in my upper back, just like when we were pulling from here. Now, just reach your right arm forward with your palm facing up. So instead of looking up, just look down at the front edge of your mat. Lift your left leg off the floor. So you can kind of feel this cross-collateral motion through your body. As you lift your right arm up, you feel that kind of diagonal motion across the lower back. And then just switch. Right hand down, left hand lifts. Right leg up as well. Inhale one more time. Exhale, both feet down to the floor. Pushing yourself back through your child's pose. Curling your hands forward as far as you can get them. Now when you're ready, palms down, tuck your toes, and just lift your knees into this little crouch. So again, wrapping your elbows in a little bit. Chest lifts just slightly. Looking up maybe towards the front edge of your mat if that feels okay for your neck. Now with a big inhale. Exhale, press forward to straight legs. 4 more of those. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, press forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. 2 more times. Last one. Lean forward, lower down. Inhale, chest lifts. This time using your arms just a little bit more into your cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. So notice I have really long shins, so I have to kind of lift my hand off the ground. It's not a big deal to do that, so don't beat yourself up about it. Lower your hips down as best you can as you lift your chest. Just find a little rock forward, side to side, whatever feels good here. Just feeling that room in your hips. Fingertips down, all 10 fingertips on the floor. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, just straighten your front leg a little bit, just until you feel that stop sensation. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, straighten it out. And again. Exhale, straighten. Now one motion as you rebend your knee looking forward, lift your left leg up in the air. Inhale, lift it a little bit higher. Exhale, set your left foot down next to your right foot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reach both hands up. Get long through your whole body. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down. Step your feet back. Plank position. You can either lower down or skip it. Inhale, chest up. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Continue that motion. Stepping it through. Just taking a few breaths here. See how this hip feels? Really extending long through the back leg so you feel your quads start to turn on a little bit. Back heel lifted, chest lifted. And again, 3 times, slow motion. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. Exhale, straighten it out. Last one. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, straighten your leg. As you rebend, leaning it forward, leg becomes light. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, both feet down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Squat down, chair position. So I'm going to give you a couple different options here. So either hands in prayer, hands overhead if that feels good, or hands behind your head. I particularly like this one. Lets me get into my shoulders a little bit more. Sink down a little bit deeper, look down, make sure you can see your knees in front of your toes in front of your knees. Sink into your heels. Now lean into your left foot, lift your right leg off the floor. Keep pressing your head back into your fingertips if you're taking this version. Now keep that position with your upper back flat, bring your hands into a prayer. And then just start to initiate the twist, still lifting right leg off the floor. Right elbow to left knee. And then just slowly step your right foot all the way back. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And with your exhale, just take a little twist. Just take a couple big breaths here. Maybe open your arms if that feels like something you need to do. Hands back into a prayer position. And then just untwist, bring both hands up for a crescent pose. Sinking down to that front leg. Inhale, reach and lift. And with your exhale, just sweep your right hand to the back of your right thigh. Inhale, reach through your left fingertips. Exhale, just find the slowest little back bend here. Inhaling again. Now with your exhale, windmill both hands down to the floor. Looking forward. Lift your right leg up just like before. Inhale a little bit higher. Exhale, both feet down, side by side. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Squat down. Chair pose, round 2. This time I'm going to do hands in prayer. You can choose whatever version you want. Lean into your right foot, lift your left foot 1 inch off the ground. So you're going to notice as you lean back, you really feel your glutes and your hamstrings start to turn on a little bit here. Relaxing your shoulders and your jaw. Now, as you squat down, start to initiate that twist. Left elbow to the outer right knee. And then when you're ready, start to extend your left leg back. The last moment, set it down quietly. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, twist. Maybe looking up, maybe not. So remember that each one of these positions is conditional on your body. I don't particularly like doing this, the open arms thing. You can do it if you want to, but I'm not requiring it by any means. Lengthen, open up. You're getting just as much benefit here, especially in the strength of the leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Now with your exhale, both hands up. Inhale, reach a little bit higher. Exhale, left hand back. Pressing your hand into your leg and your leg into your hand. Maybe even a little bit more of the leg into the hand. Nice and light. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. Inhale one more time. Exhale, windmill both hands to the floor. Looking forward, weight in your heel. Lift your left leg up. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, both feet down. Tiptoe your feet hips width distance apart. Grab your big toes or slide your palms underneath your feet. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, pull yourself in. Just take 5 big breaths here. Just enjoy that stretch along the whole backside of your body. Maybe giving your wrists a little massage with your toes if your hands are underneath your feet. Maybe a little bend and straighten. Pull it in a little bit more if you got some room. And then releasing your fingertips down to the floor. Bend your knees. Just come into a little squat. So notice my toes are still pointing more or less forward. My knees are driving out slightly. I'm trying not to slump down. If your heels are way off the ground, either roll your mat up and place your mat underneath your heels, or just lift your butt up a little bit more. Either way, you're getting stronger. And as long as you feel it, you're right in the right place. Lift your chest a little bit higher. Now take both hands up towards the ceiling like you're holding a big ball and you're going to throw it back behind you. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come up a third of the way, just a third. Inhale. Exhale, another third. Inhale one more time. Exhale, reach it up. Get really long. And then swan dive all the way down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down at the corners of the mat. Let's just play around with crow a little bit here. We're going to finish up before too long, so let's just get a little arm balancing in. So again, as I come into my crow pose, I'm turning my hands out like this, so I can put a little bit more weight into the thumb side of my hand. So notice I don't bulldog my arms out like this. My shoulders shrug up like this. This is called internal rotation. This is really no good for your shoulders. Wrapping in, finding that strength in your chest to support your shoulder joint. So as I make this platform out of my hands. I just lean my knees right to the back of my triceps. So not here, just like a shelf. Bend in the elbows, and then just play around with that forward lean. Maybe one foot comes up, maybe both feet come up. Maybe you can play around with lifting one leg up in the air. If you do that, do it on the other side too. And then just find somewhere where you can be static. So just take about 3 big breaths. And remember that pulling back sensation. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around when you only have 2 hands on the ground. See if you can find that pull. And then just gently set your feet back down. So as I come into the squat, I'm just going to hang out here. Every time you get down here, it gets a little bit easier. I know this is not the easiest thing in the world for a lot of folks, but just do your best. Take your right hand either across your left shin or your left ankle. Find a little pull here. Just reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Each exhale, see if you can open it up just a little bit more. A nice easy switch. Same thing, other side. Grab what you can grab. Find a little pull. Find a little reach. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the middle. Okay, so we're at the front of the mat in the squat. So from here, what we're going to do, coming back into that crow-ish position, just going to use it for a second, just to find a little spring back. Just a little controlled hop to the back of the mat. Now, to get back to the front of the mat, we're going to take a little walk. Keep the knees as bent as you can. Finding your squat, we're going to do that one more time. Chest lifts, hands down, little hop. Landing as lightly as you can, using your core strength to find a little hang time. Now this time, hands down. Let's crawl them out in front. Find your plank pose. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step it to the outside of your right hand. Stay nice and low. It's a little bit of movement here. Keep the back leg extended. Chest lifts. Inhale one more time. With your exhale, just set your back knee down on the ground. Pull your right toes back towards your shin. Just let your right knee drift out until you feel a nice stretch in your hip joints. If you want a little bit more, you can push away. Or you can take this opportunity to get that leverage to twist. Maybe reach back, try and grab something. You can use a belt, any other props that you feel like you need to get here. If doing this makes your hamstring feel like it's about to explode, that's too much. You're still getting a nice hip stretch on the left side. Just hang out like this. So pick a position right in the place that you feel like you need to be. Let's take 2 more big breaths here. If you're twisting, twist just a little bit more. And then release your foot gently. Fingertips down, chest lifts, tuck your back toes. And then just step your left foot up. Step your right foot back. So shimmy back a little bit. Hang out here. Find that suspension through the back leg. Notice my quads are turned on. Lifting your chest. Sink it in. Little side to side rock. One more chance. Find a little bit more engagement through your right quads. Lean back a little bit more. Lean forward side to side. And then just gently set it down. Again, just letting your left knee drift out. Don't confuse a collapsed ankle with a hip stretch. So keeping your ankle engaged as your knee falls out to the side, sinking in slowly. Again, either pressing your left knee away or using your left knee for leverage to find this twist. Maybe grabbing something if that feels good. more big breath in, pull it in a little bit tighter. Exhale, nice, easy release. Fingertips or palms on the ground, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up, step your right foot up, same position as your left foot. Sink it down in your squat one more time, move around a little bit, see what you can feel here. Now just hop your feet in, reach your hands forward, heels up, around your body, and then just wrap in this tiny little ball. And when you're ready, just rock onto your back. You're probably at home, so if you go sliding a little bit, or if you almost squish one of your dogs or your kids or something, just take a second to regroup. Meet me right back here. So, very simple core exercise to finish it up. Extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Reach your hands up towards your feet like you're trying to touch your toes. We're just going to do this 10 times. Exhale as you lift your legs up. 10. This feels like too much for your back. Bend your knees. 6. 5. 4. Hands behind the head is always an alternative if your neck's bugging you. 2. 1. Lift up as high as you can. Reach towards your toes. And then just bend your knees, set your feet down, lift your hips up. Taking a nice simple bridge pose. Maybe grabbing the edges of your mat to find a little bit more room in the shoulders. Sucking chin to chest. Nice and easy. Inhale, lift your hips up just a little bit higher. And with your exhale, shift your hips to the right maybe a couple inches and just lower your hips down. So from here, drop both knees over to the, we'll go to the right. So as you go to the right, pull your left knee in towards your chest, kick your right heel back. So again, you can either reach, if you have really tight quads, this is going to be a tough one, but maybe reach back and grabbing your foot. Right hand to left knee, left hand to right foot. Rotate your shoulders back onto the ground as best you can. Just find this nice little spinal twist. Just like you're wringing out your spine with each exhale. Nice, easy release. Unwind your legs, soles of the feet down. Lift your hips up. Shift your hips just slowly over to the left, set them down. Drop both knees over to the left, so getting your hips a little bit closer to your shoulders in a very tiny way. Pull your knee towards your chest, slide that left leg back. Again, just grab what you can grab. If you can't quite grab today, you're still getting a nice twist. Just working into it. So, do your best. Long spine. And then again, roll the head of your right shoulder down into the floor. Just take about 5 big breaths here. So as you begin to wind your practice down, just reminding yourself that part of the reason that you're practicing yoga at home is just to de-stress a little bit and make yourself feel a little bit better in this tough time. So rather than focusing on all the stuff you have to do or all the many things that you could potentially worry about, rather just focus on your breath. Focus on the nice, even inhales and exhales. Begin to make your way out of your practice. And nice and easy releasing. Pull soles of the feet down. Just take a moment to readjust your hips in the center. Squeeze your knees in towards your armpits. Maybe a little happy baby pose if that feels good for you. Trying to press your entire back and shoulders into the floor. A little rock side to side if that feels good. One more big inhale, pulling back like you're pulling on 2 bowstrings. Now with your exhale, release what you're grabbing, extend your heels out towards the corners of your mat. Taking this moment for you, just reminding yourself that it's important, even if you're at home with lots of family and kids running around, still finding this little slice of space for yourself, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. you guys for practicing with me. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.